Let's breathe. So find your comfortable sitting position, somewhere quiet where you won't be disturbed for a few minutes. Settle in, and when you're ready, lower your gaze or close your eyes. Take your weight to the front of your seat bones so that you can rise up tall from the pelvis through the spine, maintaining those natural spinal curves, then lengthening through the neck, tucking the chin a fraction and reaching up through the crown of the head. Shoulders and arms relaxed. Now start to notice your breath. Notice how the breath moves the body. Notice where the breath moves the body. Take your awareness to your breath and let it ride on this wave in and out. On each inhale, broaden your ribs, soften your belly, relax your pelvic floor. On each exhale, let the pelvic floor lift, the belly draws back towards the spine, the ribs relax into your sides. Inhale, broadening the ribs, softening the belly, relaxing the pelvic floor. Exhale, lifting the pelvic floor, belly draws back to the spine, ribs relaxed. Continue breathing like this in your own time. Now preparing to count the breath as we inhale for 1, 2, 3, 4, pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, pause. Inhale, 2, 3, 4 and pause. Exhale, 2, 3, 4 and pause. Inhale and carry on in your own time, letting the pauses lengthen naturally. Now breathing normally again. Take your awareness to the points of contact you have with the floor. Feel yourself melt into those points. And then take your awareness to your neck and head and feel them to be weightless, lifting up towards the ceiling. balance yourself between these 2 points, grounded below and weightless above. Now blink your eyes open if they were closed and come back to the room. Find that sense of length through your spine first, growing up tall from the pelvis through the spine, through the neck, through the crown of the head. And then start to draw your chin back, so you're giving yourself some double chins. Tucking the chin and then lowering the head forward, so the chin's drawing back and down. Lengthening through the back of the neck. The rest of the spine stays straight. We're just focused on the neck now. And then turning the head and the gaze to the right. So looking down towards the armpit. Stretching into the left side of the neck. And then slowly back to center and turning the head and the gaze over to the left, finding a nice stretch in the right side of the neck. And then coming back to center, bringing the head up and taking the gaze straight ahead. So look for a point straight ahead that you can focus your gaze on. So you're going to lock eyes on this point. And keeping the gaze fixed, let your head turn to your left. Just go as far as you can while you keep your eyes locked on that point, and then come back to center and take the head the other way. So don't let your eyes stray from that focus point. And continue like this, moving the head side to side, rotating the neck, keeping the eyes fixed straight ahead. So we're working here on the relationship between the muscles in the neck and head and the muscles of the eyes. And now keeping the head facing forwards, we're going to move the gaze. So look to your left as though you're trying to look to your ear, and straight. And look to the right and straight ahead. Left and straight ahead. Right and straight ahead. So carry on like this, really trying to get your gaze as far back as you can to each side. And then relax the head, relax the eyes. We'll bring the hands underneath your bottom. So you're sitting on the palms of the hands. We're pinning the arms, keeping them still and reaching them away from the body. So the right ear dropping down towards the right shoulder. Finding length through the left side of the neck. And then there's the option here to take the body away from the arm for a stronger stretch, and maybe just playing with coming forwards and back a little bit until you find that sweet spot where you've got an interesting stretch coming down through the neck, maybe into the arm as well. Once you've found that, just take a few deep breaths. And coming back up to center, left ear to left shoulder, lengthening through the right side of the neck. Option to lean away from that right side with the body, maybe coming forwards and backwards a little to find the sweet spot, and then taking a few deep breaths in and out. Coming back up to center, releasing the hands, just bringing them up to the jaw, giving the jaw a little bit of a massage in around the ear. And then walking the fingertips back to the base of the skull, just rubbing into the back of the head, getting Getting some blood flow in there. Smoothing down the neck. And you're done. Start to roll the shoulders up, back, down and round. Nice big loose circles with the shoulders. And then reverse them. Now reach the right arm out in front of you and just start to wake up the muscles of the arm, rubbing into the palm and each of the 5 fingers. The wrist and forearm, into the elbow, the biceps, and round to the back, the triceps, into the armpit, over the top of the shoulder, reaching back for the shoulder blade. So extend that arm out in front of you and then draw it back, keeping the arm straight. So we're moving the shoulder blade on the back, reaching forwards and back. And then keeping the arm reaching forwards, turn the palm up and slowly start to lift the hand. Moving super slow now. When the fingertips come up towards the ceiling, start to turn the palm around so it's facing down behind you. And then keep circling with the shoulder. Keep reaching the arm away. And we'll do the same on the other side. So reach the left arm out. Just start to wake it up, rubbing into the palm, each of the fingers. Around the wrist and into the forearm, the elbow, biceps, and then the triceps at the back of the arm, over the top of the shoulder, into the armpit, and then reaching back for the shoulder blade. And then reach the arm away from you, keeping it straight, so the shoulder blade's wrapping around the body, and then draw it back. Just move through that wrapping of the shoulder blade forwards and back. And then with the arm extended in front of you, turn the palm up and slowly start to lift the hand. Moving super slow, remembering to keep reaching the fingertips away. When the arm comes overhead, turn the palm so it reaches behind you. Keep pressing away with the fingertips, lowering really slowly down. And then bring the hands up. And just draw the thumbs across the palms, noticing how it feels side to side. And then the index finger, middle finger, ring finger, and little finger. Make a fist, and then spread the fingers wide. Fist and open. And start to speed up that movement. Go as quickly as you can and reach the hands in front of you. Really work on moving the hands and fingers as quickly as you can, and then lifting the arms up overhead. Keep going with the wrists, keep going with the fingers, and then slowly bringing the arms out to the sides. Give everything a shake. Come to a tabletop position. Your hands roughly under your shoulders, knees underneath your hips. Just take your weight forwards and backwards over the wrists, just getting them warmed up, ready to bear a bit of your weight. And then start to dome your spine up towards the ceiling. So let the gaze draw back towards the thighs and tuck the pelvis underneath you as though you're drawing a tail between your legs. So coming into cat pose, pressing firmly through the hands, doming the spine. And then start to flatten the back, so unfurling the pelvis, flattening through the mid-back, taking the gaze between the hands, coming back to neutral. And tuck the pelvis underneath you. Reach the spine up to the ceiling and allow the gaze to come back to the thighs. Pressing through the arms, lifting up out of the arms. And then start to lift the seat bones, flattening the low back. And then rippling that movement up through the spine, bringing the gaze between the hands. So we'll do that one more time. Tucking the pelvis underneath you, doming the back up towards the ceiling, letting the gaze come back to the thighs. And then reaching the seat bones back, flattening the lumbar spine, rippling the movement through the spine, bringing the gaze between the hands. And then sit back towards your heels, broaden your knees, reach your fingertips away, coming to this extended child's pose. Just settle here for a moment. And now start to walk your fingertips over to the right. So you're finding length through the left side of the body, opening up through those left ribs. And breathe into this space. And then walking the fingers back through center and over to the left. Lengthening through the right side of the body, opening through the right ribs, breathing into the right side of the body. And then coming back to center, pushing back up into that tabletop position. And now walk the hands round to the right. So you're making a C shape if you were seen from above. Your spine is making a C shape. And then walk the hands back through center and the other way. So side bending movements through the spine. Back to center. And then we'll thread that right arm behind the left, lowering the shoulder and the cheek down to the floor, keeping the bottom up towards the ceiling. Stay here if that's enough, or you can raise the left arm up and encourage that left shoulder back. So we're twisting through the spine now, and try and focus the twist in the upper part of the back. And then using the left hand to press you back up and threading it behind the right. So left cheek, left shoulder coming down towards the floor. There's an option to stay here, or if you're comfortable, you could lift the right arm up towards the ceiling. Thinking about opening across the chest, drawing the right shoulder back, twisting in the upper part of the back. Breathing here. And then bringing the hand back down, pressing you back into tabletop. So on your hands and knees in tabletop, start to hover your right knee above the ground. Start making circles with the knee. So all the movement is happening at the hip. Let the circles get bigger. Keep the pelvis level and the back flat. So we're just focusing the movement in at the hip. And then reverse the circles, starting big this time. And spiraling the circles in. Smaller and smaller. Until you're not moving at all. Now inhale the leg up behind you, reaching the heel away, lifting the leg but keeping the pelvis level. Exhale, draw the thigh into the chest. Inhale up and back. Exhale, drawing the knee in. Inhale, reaching the leg back. Exhale, drawing the knee in. Inhale, reach the leg back and hold it here. Just pulsing the heel up towards the ceiling. Again, just trying to keep the pelvis flat and level, so the movement's just happening at the hip. And then exhale the thigh in towards the chest and hold it here, pulsing it into the body. And then relax. Draw the knee out to the side, so you're cocking your leg and down. So just lifting the knee up and down to the side. Not much movement available here. Just focusing in on that hip joint. And then bring the knee down, sit back, shake out the arms, give the wrists a rest, and we'll move to the other side. So hovering the left knee this time, starting to make those small circles, remembering to keep the spine still and the pelvis level. And then we'll grow the circles, getting bigger and bigger, and then reversing the direction. Starting to spiral the circles in again. You get smaller and smaller until you're barely moving. Inhaling the leg up behind you, so straightening the leg, reaching the heel away from you and up towards the ceiling. Exhale, draw the thigh into the chest. Inhale up and back. Exhale in. Inhale, reach back. Exhale, draw in. Inhale, reach the heel back and keep it here. Pulsing the heel up towards the ceiling, keeping the legs straight, pelvis level. And then inhale the thigh in towards the body and pulse it into the chest. And lowering the knee and drawing it out to the side. So just working with a small amount of movement here. Again, keeping it focused into the hip joint. And then release the knee and sit back on the heels. So come to lie down on a soft surface. Knees bent, soles of the feet on the floor. Just let your low back settle down into the support of the floor. Lift your right foot up and start to circle the ankle. Don't worry about any pops and clicks. And then circle the other way. Then squeeze the toes and then open them. Try and spread them as far apart as you can. Squeeze and spread, squeeze and spread. And now thinking about the knee, just bending and straightening the knee. And really paying attention to the end of range of those movements. So really trying to fully straighten and fully bend. And then with the knee bent, turn the toes out to the side and straighten and bend again. And then turn the toes in towards the other leg and straighten and bend. Now bringing the foot back to center, straighten the leg and keeping it straight, reach the ankle up, or the heel, sorry, up towards the ceiling and try to draw the thigh in towards your body. So you're working the leg quite strongly now, pulling it in towards you. Just check in with the rest of the body, make sure it's still relaxed. So face relaxed, neck, shoulders, all soft. And then try drawing the leg out to the side a little. So you don't need to come very far. The leg is unsupported, so you don't want to overdo it. Just allow the leg to reach out to the side. Keep that heel reaching away from you. Keep the leg really straight if you can. Breathe here. Don't let the pelvis pop off the floor. And then come back to center. Draw the knee in towards the chest, up towards the armpit. Just release off that hip. Maybe make some circles with the knee if that feels good. And then cross that right ankle over the left thigh and draw the thigh in towards you if you can, stretching now through the muscles of the buttock on the right. So breathe here, exhale, encouraging relaxation through that buttock. And then lowering the foot down. And we'll lift the left foot now, starting to circle the ankle. And then reverse the circle. Squeeze the toes and then spread them. Squeeze and spread, squeeze and spread. And then bend and straighten the knee. Just exploring how that feels. Trying to really bend, really straighten. So moving through the whole range that the knee has. And then with the knee bent, bring the toes out to the side. Bend and straighten again. And then bring toes in towards the other leg. Straighten and bend. And then with the legs straight, really focus on pressing the sole of the foot up towards the ceiling and drawing the leg in towards you. Just using the muscles in the hips and leg to draw it in towards you as high as you can. So the legs working hard, but make sure the rest of you can relax and settle into the support of the floor. And then let the leg come out to the side, not very far. Make sure the pelvis stays grounded on the floor. And just hold that, reaching the foot and the heel in particular away from you. And then bring the leg back to center, draw the knee into the chest and towards the armpit. Maybe make some circles if that feels good, just trying to find space at the front of the hip. And then crossing the left ankle over right thigh and drawing the whole lot in towards you, clasping around the thigh, hugging the legs into the body for a stretch through that left buttock. Using your exhale to allow the buttock to relax. And then release the soles of the feet back down on the floor. Just knock the knees together in supported rest. Come to lie down. Take the time that you need to get really comfortable. Consider using some pillows under your knees and head, and maybe a blanket to keep you warm. And try to ensure that you won't be disturbed for 5 minutes. Close your eyes and take your awareness away from the physical space around you into your internal space. Feel your weight dissolving into the floor beneath you. Feel the weight of your feet, your legs, your buttocks, your back, your shoulders, your arms, and your head dissolving into the floor beneath you. Allow yourself to trust in the support of the floor. You are grounded and safe. Nothing bad can happen. Notice your breath. Let your attention bob up and down on the rhythmic and constant wave of your inhale and exhale. Rest. Start to bring your awareness back to your physical body. Move in any way you choose. When you feel ready, press yourself up to a sitting position. Well done for taking this time for yourself. Namaste. See you in class.